Yo, let's get to business. Another thing that I want to touch base on about Coach Prime that registers to me and others too. They may not be saying this. I've seen a few people touch base on it, but the way he speaks to us, we can relate to that. You know what I mean? It's coming from a place that we come from, that the culture comes from. You know what I mean? And it always helps to have somebody, in a position of power, a position of influence that knows how to relate to that. You know what I mean? Like, and I know some of those players on this team definitely, probably all of them. Mainly all they can relate to that. The way he speaks to them, and you can motivate somebody in a different way if you can relate to him. You know what I mean? And just that is admired by him and his confidence. You know what I mean? Deion Sanders' confidence is through the roof, and that's just needed in a black man. To see a minority guy that's full of confidence like that, that puts confidence in other people to do bigger things in their life, and that's a fact. You know, um, which his confidence also increases his marketability. Um, he's already a marketable person. With prime time and his resume as a professional baseball player, football player, and he was even good at basketball, but he didn't end up playing that. But and his personality, his charisma, his style of play, even him being fast and being a trendsetter, you know, the way he was. But all that registers from his confidence. It goes back to that, the way he played the game, um, and the way he speaks um, is full of confidence as well. And I feel like that's a good trend to start. Throughout the culture is to spread the confidence amongst these young people because you know sometimes confidence can be taken wrongly and it sparks people's insecurities. But like he said, let them do that. Don't let my confidence, um, spark your insecurity up. I'm just being me, and it's okay to be confident in something. So, uh, you know, when you see somebody powerful like that, speak with confidence, walk with confidence, talk with confidence, and perform on a confident level, um, that's what them young boys need, man, for real. And if you come from a place like me, and definitely in some of the definitely in the inner city, and from poverty and government housing or whatever you want to call it, single parent households, um, those kids, they need all the confidence they can get because low self esteem is one of those things that they deal with. Um, they may not say that, but um, yeah, you know. I remember when I was younger, a lot of my insecurities were different. You know, um, I didn't worry about girls liking me. I didn't worry about being popular. I had charisma, style, and I was talented. I had charm. I had certain things that the rich kids didn't have. But my insecurities were financial. That's where mine came from as a youth. Um, Other categories I scored in big without even trying. You know, so everybody's good at something, and it's something that you may not do so well at. You know, so but Coach Prime got that confidence, and I feel like that could just go. That alone just go a long way right there. And whatever you do out there, just be confident at doing it. It doesn't matter what people say about you. It doesn't matter how people view you. None of that matters. You know. So I, I want to embed that into people, and that's a reminder that I got to flood myself with over and over again too. Even me not really lacking confidence, but you could always have more and more confidence. You know what I mean? Like, and I think prime time is a good example of that, man. Because there's a way you can do things confidently, confidently, without being, going overboard with it. But really, there's no such thing as going overboard with confidence. I mean, I'm a very confident person. I am, me personally. So them boys need that, and just the way he's a trendsetter. The way Coach Prime markets himself. I think we could all learn from that. You know what I mean? He's been doing that since early in his career. Um, you could, he said it himself. He developed a character that had that sauce to him, and you know, he knew how to brand himself, and here he is standing today is a major brand, a walking brand himself. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and it's beautiful. You know what I mean? Because that just sparks all kinds of different things for yourself. Long-lasting wealth, and you can break generational curses just by being a confident person and branding yourself in the right way. Them kids will be spending some of that paper. You know what I mean? But and I like how he's trend setting, minority coaches to perform on that level, on the D1 level. You know, I know he caught some scrutiny from going from Jackson State to there, but to me, life is about leveling up. You know, I think his impact is just so strong, and he's just such a major deal, and he touches people's lives in such a brilliant way that's just the effect sometimes that it gives. But overall, he means well, and he's helped a lot of people out throughout the way. Um, he's helped everybody out that he came across, and continues to do it. Uh, and I just think it's big, man, especially what minorities went through um, on the gridiron within the game of football traditionally. Um, was even talked down upon and denied quarterback positioning. There was a stereotype going around, saying, black guys, they're not smart enough to play quarterback. Yeah, I remember that one. Black people aren't smart enough to play quarterback, which is crazy. But of course, as the years went by, those barriers and those stereotypes were proven to be completely wrong. You know what I mean? With Randall Cunningham and Michael Vick and Lamar Jackson and company. And look at Shador Sanders. I mean, he's not even what you would say your typical athletic runaround quarterback. I mean, he is somewhat athletic, but I would consider him as a pocket QB. You know what I mean? With plenty of intelligence to play the game, and the instincts as well. So, people don't think about. I try to think of everything holistically. You know what I mean? And I thought about all these things. And yeah, man. At one point in time, you wouldn't see a black quarterback out there. You know what I mean? And now you see plenty of them. So the game has changed. You know what I mean? We control the cool, and there's no doubt about that. Not to be on the race card or anything like that, because if you know. I'm not on that level, but that's the facts. Um, so to break all those barriers, and not to say that he played quarterback, but just his impact on the game and the narrative that he's pushing, and yeah, I love it. And when I look at him and I look at how he coaches the game and how he affects these boys, and how he just floods everything with love and passion. Um, it just reminds me of certain moments of my life. When I played ball when I was younger, and when you're behind great coaches that want to see you do well, and they just they're good people. It makes you want to play your heart out for them. You know what I mean? I have some coaches in my life that salute to all of them, man. That not only did they help me throughout the process of the sport, but taught me other things as well about life and how being a young man. So salute to that. You know what I mean? Playing for a brilliant coach is big, and you know, recruits are gonna want to come there. They're gonna want to come play for Coach Prime. I promise you. Um, Definitely gonna get some new recruits, and I just love the way he takes it beyond the game. You know, and teaching the kids about disciplining themselves and being on time for things. Because in the real life, you can't be late for anything. You know what I mean? They'll walk you out the door. So, uh, and how he's preparing them to not go pro because he's being real with that. He's letting them know, look, all of you all are not going to go play professional football. All of you aren't going to NFL. So to take a different angle and to make sure that your academics are being fulfilled and teaching them how to be young businessmen and entrepreneurs early. You know what I mean? Setting them up for life because it's bigger than the sport. So once again, man, big up to Coach Prime, man. Keep high stepping, man. I just had to touch base on that. Let's get to business.